Okay, guys, welcome to our Team Hustle and Heart Thursday night Zoom. This is going to be a regular thing. We got thrown off a little bit by Thanksgiving and some crazy life-changing news for myself, but we are going to be back on it for the rest of this month and through the new year. Thursday nights is my time to pour into you with some of our other leaders. I'm super excited to have two of our brightest emerging leaders on the Zoom with me tonight, talking to you guys about this. The reason that we are doing these specific topics is because you voted on it. So I did a poll in our team page last week. I said, what do you guys need the most help with? And the top two were, I need help with posting and I need help with messaging. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about actual tactical, how do you do these things? And we're also going to talk about mindset. And by that, I mean, what is your mindset when you are posting? What is your mindset when you are reaching out to people? Because your mindset is actually way, way more important than you think it is. You might actually be doing a good job at posting and messaging. You're just giving yourself a hard time about it because that's what we do as human beings. So we're here to just let you know that everyone's journey is different. I always say this, but I wish you guys could see some of the posts that I made 3 years ago when I started my business. It's not pretty, okay? It's just not. I had to learn and grow into this opportunity, into myself, into branding myself. But I got better. You know what I mean? Everything about this business is just a skill that you have to learn, like riding a bike or learning a new recipe. You just have to learn how to do it. So the number one first thing that I want to say about posting, and then I am going to bring Crystal on and ask her a few questions because she is a killer at those life posts, and we all know it. Anyone who follows her on Facebook or Instagram knows it. But the number one thing that I want to say about posting is just use your tools, okay? We do not have a post ideas page for nothing. It's full of post ideas and pictures and training about posting, how to post, why we post the way we do, all of that good stuff. Also, follow your leaders, okay? So if you are brand new, or even if you're not brand new, but you're still looking to kind of spice things up and figure out how to make posts in new ways, go follow top leaders, okay? And I'm not saying just me, okay? I'm a double diamond and that's awesome, but there are so many incredible women in this business. Don't friend them on Facebook, but follow them and see how they do it. We have a list in the team page of people that you can follow. But like I just said, if you guys don't follow Crystal, her last name is Buchanan on Facebook. If you guys don't follow her on Facebook, go follow her on Facebook because she is amazing at posting life posts and she's going to inspire the crap out of you. So there's leaders just within our own team that you should be following, not so that you can copy and paste their posts because everyone has a different story, but so that you can get different ideas of things that you can be posting about. And then trainings, okay? This is one of, I think I just said it a little bit before we started recording, but I've done 17 posting trainings in my time as a distributor with It Works. So I do have some links that I'm going to share with you guys that are additional posting training links. One of them is from literally me, my Instagram. One of them is from Caitlin Hoffman. Another one is from me. And then there is also a training by my girl, I just posted it in the team chat, by my girl Vanessa Theus on attraction marketing. There is no link for it. It's just in the Diamond Elite page, which is Jade Hooper's page. So there's no link. So you have to either be added to that page and search Vanessa Theus attraction marketing, or you can ask me personally or ask your upline and we can tag you in it. So that's my number one tip for posting is just use your tools and copy the right cats. And by that, again, I don't mean literally go to my page and copy my posts. I just mean make sure you're posting how the successful people are posting. Right? So stories are gold, okay? Stories are literally how I've been getting 90% of my customers in the past year. So it's not because I'm just posting once and letting it go. It's because I'm very, very consistent about posting about the products, product results, product information in my story every single day. The app Unfold, 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 is incredible for making your own stories. It literally makes it so simple. It's got cute text. It's got places to put your own pictures. And it's super easy to make your own. We also share Instagram stories in our group chat like every single day. So if you are looking for stories and you are like running dry on ideas, literally just go in the team chat and just like scroll up because there will be some in there. We also have an entire thread in our post ideas page with story examples that you can take and use for yourself. And then again, leaders, like if you follow me on Instagram and you see me put something in my Instagram story, you can hold down and take a screenshot and use it for yourself. Just make sure it's applicable. Don't like put that you make a full-time income because you copied one of my stories when like you don't. You know what I mean? Like just be cognizant of like what you're posting, obviously. So make sure you're using stories. Make sure you're using stories every single day. If you're struggling with what to post about the products, you're just not using your stories enough. I almost never post about the products anymore, like on my Instagram or Facebook, because I'm doing it so heavily in my stories. And I want to use my Facebook and Instagram to share about me and the opportunity. But that being said, you know, if you have a product that you're like obsessed with, like, you can still make product posts. You just need to make them as personal as you can. Have it be you with a picture of your mug of skinny coffee, like a picture of you saying, drinking my keto coffee today. Like, I love how this tastes. I love what it's doing for me, blah, blah, blah. So, what I have noticed in terms of product posts is, and I'm going to ask Crystal about this too, in terms of quality of her posts, is that if you're posting bottles and boxes and like stomachs, like before and afters, you're gonna get like no interaction. And I'm not saying that that's like it's not bad to post before and afters. I do it occasionally, especially near month end when we're trying to like get in those orders like last minute. But in general, I am saving those kinds of things for my stories. I'm not just posting them on my Facebook or my Instagram. And then speaking of Facebook, interaction is the key. Okay, interaction is the key on Facebook. So what I mean by that is ask a question. If you don't know by now that everyone on Facebook wants to tell you a thing about a thing, then you don't spend enough time on Facebook, okay? Everybody and their mom wants to tell you what their favorite thing to cook is, what their favorite thing on Netflix is, what shampoo do they use, like any kind of random thing that you can think of that you can ask, hashtag ask Facebook. Do it, because you're going to get tons of comments, and then the next thing that you post about your business, you're going to get more views and interaction on. So at least once a day, I'm trying to post something funny. I'm trying to post something maybe a little sassy that people will comment on. I'm trying to post something funny. Today I got a flat tire, and I literally posted, on the first day of Christmas my car gave to me one flat tire, and I got tons of likes and comments because people thought it was super funny. So like little things like that are personal, that are quippy, and then questions. What should I watch on Netflix? What's your favorite Christmas movie? Anything like that, to where and then make sure you comment back. Like, people are commenting their favorite Christmas movie, and I'm saying, oh my gosh, I haven't seen that one, or oh my God, I love that one too, or oh my gosh, I need to rewatch that. It's been so long since I've seen it. So make sure that you're also going back through and interacting like with the people that are interacting with your posts. So those are my best tips outside of life posts. And I'm sure you've heard me say life posts like 27 times already on this Zoom, because I'm so serious about them and they're so freaking important for your business. So now I'm going to bring in Crystal. I will unmute you, so just don't touch it so that we don't do the bouncing back and forth thing. So I'm gonna bring Crystal on right now. And so Crystal has been on our team for a little over a year. And she's just went Ruby a couple of months ago. So talk to me about your journey and just what life posts have done for your business since you started like really digging deep and like utilizing them.
So like Hope said, I started a little over a year ago. I worked my business for the first month and had all kinds of life things going on, and depression, anxiety really kicked in. I went to a dark place and I stopped working my business for 8, 9 months, something like that. Um, And then I came back in because of conference last year. And I was just like, that, if y'all haven't like tuned into other top leaders and heard their stories, like go YouTube some stuff because it's amazing and it'll put a fire under your butt. Like, I'm serious. So, yeah, I started my business back up in February of this year. I signed a distributor right away. I've signed a lot of distributors that have quit actually. So don't get butthurt when they do. It's just they really weren't ready yet. And like me, I came back. So don't feel bad if somebody like splits.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just, and that's, I mean, think about you. Like when you joined, like you weren't ready either. And if I would have been like, oh, Crystal's out, she's not working, bye, like I wouldn't have anything Ruby on my team. So
yeah,
you have to stop thinking about your distributors as like they're working or they're not, and just remember that they're people, and people go through seasons and people go through things. And so that literally leads right into life posts. So I remember when you first came back to me and you were like, okay, I'm serious about this. And I told you need to life post every day. And I think we all do this, right? We do some of the generic, like now recruiting, like looking for boss babes. And like, there is a time and place for those posts for sure. But can you tell me about the first time that you shared like your whole story, like the long post that you share, and what your feelings on that were, and then the reaction that you got from it from like your audience?
yeah. Okay, so I did a lot of the post of like looking for boss babes and stuff like that. And it wasn't until Ali Frazier did her boot camp, I want to say like May, not the one she just did, but the one before. Um, and it really kind of broke me down a little bit to actually really dig deep. And I wrote out my entire story, which Hope had been like, you need to write your story, you need to write your story. I was like, I don't know how. But I had a breakthrough and I finally did. And I included my miscarriages, I included all of my surgeries, cancer diagnosis, everything that I've been through that put me into a place where I quit working my business because I want nothing to be transparent and for people to understand me, where I'm coming from. Because when you share you, like who you actually are, you'd be surprised how many people like respect you, um, can relate to you. Like I had people coming out of the woodwork still to this day. Every day that I post a life post, I have at least one person in my inbox like, dude, yes, like I've been there. I understand. Thank you so much. You've helped me. Whatever it might be about. Like to the point where I finally shared um, something that was really, really hard for me to admit was that I've contemplated suicide in the past. And when I was away from my business, that was one of the times. And I finally, like last week, shared that, and it's it's therapeutic, not just for other people like reading it and understanding you and relating, but it's so therapeutic to you. You can get over things so much more easily once you finally just admit them, and then you get the response back of like, oh my gosh, I love you for this.
And like, oh my gosh, me too. Like me
Yeah.
too. All of a sudden, all these people that have been on your Facebook, on your Instagram, and you feel like they're not watching and you feel like they don't read your post, all of a sudden they're messaging you privately and saying, oh my gosh, me too. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
me too. I felt this way too. And that was also my experience when I shared about my miscarriage that I went through at the beginning of October. I finally shared about it a few weeks later after I had kind of had my time to process, and the response was literally remarkable. And it wasn't about signing people, guys. I want you guys to kind of realize that that's like, when I say you need to life post, it's not because you're going to write this like crazy life post and people are going to be like, sign me up for your business. It's because it makes you a real person. You're not a robot saying, looking for boss babes, join my team. Like, you become this human being with experiences and emotions and struggles. And that is the piece that like if I just posted about making $4,000 a month every single day, like, do you think people would even think that I'm real? Like, do you think that people would even think that I'm a real person? They'd be like, that's a lie. Like, no, she doesn't. Like, but because I'm able to like dig deep and talk about struggling and talk about money struggles and talk about emotional struggles, like, people know that I'm a real person. People know that Crystal is a real person. So when her business posts do come around and she is specifically saying, hey, I've got these, you know, $20 codes that some of us got, those of us that are going to conference, she's having people come to her and say, hey, you know, I've been watching you. What's the deal with these codes? Like, I think I want to do this. So it's really amazing. So what is your favorite like formula? Like when you sit down to write a life post, like what do you kind of do to like set yourself up for it or like find inspiration for it?
Well, I do a lot of personal development. That's really what I get most of my ideas from with my life posts, because if you're not working on yourself, then you're not going to do good in this business for one, and you're going to stay stuck in the same place that you started.
Right.
Like you have to grow personally in order to grow your business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for me, it's whatever I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I don't really have like a set formula for anything. It's just whatever's on my heart at the time. Um, and I just go at it, and I'll proofread it or have my fiance proofread it, be like, is there any typos? Does this make sense? Because I get scatterbrained
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Elizabeth asked a really good question. Do you guys use any specific apps or books to work on personal development? I love Audible. There's like quite a few books on Audible. There's actually a list in the team page, again, not to just like direct you to there, but there's like a personal development list from Jade Hooper of like a bunch of books. Podcasts are also amazing. And then literally just going to YouTube and searching like motivation.
yep.
Yeah. So I love that. And so what would you say has been the biggest difference, like business wise, enrollment wise, since you decided to like dig deep in your life posts?
I talk to more people because they come to me, honestly. Um, there's people I didn't even know that I had on my Facebook or my Instagram pop out of the woodwork. It's like, hey, I saw this in your post. Can I talk to you about what I'm going through? And then eventually it kind of just rolls into how the business helped me, because honestly, it was the business that helped me get out of my dark place.
Right.
And then they're more intrigued.
Right. And then they're like, wait, so what has it done for you? Like, tell me more. And then
Exactly.
it doesn't become you like poaching them. It doesn't become you like, hey, join my team. It becomes you just like really genuinely expressing what it's meant for you and what it's done for you. And that is the sweet spot, y'all. That is where like you are not convincing them. You are not telling them, hey, you need to join my team. You're just sharing with them from your heart, and they are accepting it and making that decision for themselves about whether or not they want to do this. So
The
just to,
the
so
other thing I do though when they reach out is I do the voice message,
yes.
because I get emotional when I'm talking about certain things, and I want them to know that like I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're reading something, they don't know what you're actually saying. They don't know.
And
And
Instagram
it's
has
more
voice
personal.
messages now. So literally
Yeah.
you can send voice messages any Facebook, Instagram, or text message. It doesn't matter. You can use your voice. And also letting them hear your voice. If your post didn't tell them you're a real person, your voice sure as heck will, because robots and scams don't have real people sitting on the other side recording voice messages to them personally based on the message they just sent them, right?
Or
So
crying while they're doing it.
right, or crying while they're doing it. So I love that. So just to so what's your biggest tip for posting? What would you
Be
give?
you. Don't talk like a robot. Type the way you talk. I don't say you all or you guys. I say y'all naturally. So that's what's in what I type. And again, just be real, be honest, and you'll grow and be a better person for it.
I love it. Love it. Thank you so much. So just to recap, posting specifically, we talked about using your tools, using the post ideas page, using the trainings that we have multiple places. I just shared a few of them in the chat, using your leaders, your top leaders, the leaders on this team to gain inspiration and ideas. Use the stories feature to share products and product results and product testimonies. Use the app Unfold to make your own, or they're shared in the chat, or they're in the page, or you can copy them from your leaders. Interaction is the key. Being personal is the key. Digging deep in your life posts is going to give you more business. It just is. Maybe not the first time, maybe not the second time, but I know for a fact that there are people on every single one of yours social medias, whether that's Facebook or Instagram, that are watching you and they're reading your story every day. And the more consistent you are and the more personal you are, the more they will believe it, and the more they will believe in you, and the more they will believe in this. And this goes right back into that mindset piece that I've been telling you guys about, which is that, you know, you might be feeling like right now is a hard time, right? You're talking to people, it's the holidays, things are tight, they don't have the $99, they don't even have $33 for greens. Like, how could they possibly come up with money for a business? Well, we're about to move into the boom season. So every single person that you talk to between now and the end of March is going to join between January and the end of June. Like, that's the mindset that you need to have. So how many people do you want to sign up between January and June of 2019? That's how many people you need to talk to between starting right now, for real. So thank you, Crystal. That was awesome. So now I would like to move into messaging, which is good because we're at about the halfway mark. I need to be done at 7. So going right into, again, that kind of mindset is like, posting is super important. Posting shows that you're consistent. Posting shows that you are so passionate about this that you can't not share about it. Like, it literally shows that you are sitting here on your social media shouting from the rooftops about how this business and how these products are amazing you, amazing other people, and changing your mindset and changing your life. But it's not asking. Posting is not asking. Posting is not going to somebody and saying, hey, hi, can I give you more information? So the biggest thing that I will say about the mindset of messaging, what I have to do, this is something a lot of you don't know about me, because most of the people that I sign up are people that I straight like message on Facebook or Instagram, but I have messaging anxiety. Most of you probably have no idea, because you're like, Hope, you're the messaging queen. What are you talking about? I literally like shake. But I believe in this opportunity. I believe in these products so much. I know that I have to share it with people. So you have to stop thinking about messaging people as in getting people. Like, oh, I got to message this person so I can get them as a customer. I got to get them on my team. Like, you have to stop making that your mindset, and you have to start thinking about it as, how many people can I share more information with? One of the biggest aha moments of my entire business was when I was listening to a book called Go Pro by Eric Worre, W-O-R-R-E, Eric Worre. And it's called Go Pro, 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. That's the industry that we're in, is network marketing. And he said, your job is not to sign people up. And you're like, what are you talking about? Yes, it is. I need customers, Hope. But the truth of the matter is, your job is education and understanding. Okay. I want that to be like super, super clear as we go into talking about like messaging and messaging a lot and following up and all of these things. Your job is to educate people and help them understand what it is that you're doing, right? So when you're messaging somebody, and you're messaging them about trying the products, you don't want to say, hey, do you want to buy some products? You want to say, hey, I have these products. I think they're awesome. I have no idea if you would be interested. Can I give you some more information? That is like my favorite phrase to use while messaging. If you ask, can I give you some more information, or would you be open to hearing some more info? they are 100% more likely to say yes than if you say, are you interested? The answer to are you interested is no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in what you're selling. I'm not interested in what you're doing. Like, but if you just say, hey, like, would you be down to get more information from me? Like, way more people are going to say yes. So remember that this is like the goal of reaching out to people is just to start that conversation where they are open to getting the information from you, whether it be about the business or the products. So with that being said, I'm going to bring Kaylee on now. And Kaylee, I will unmute you, so don't touch it. Okay. So Kaylee has been with us since, we were just talking about this, since June. And the reason that I wanted her to help me with messaging is because we've been talking a little bit about how, you know, she started the business and she was, you know, she was posting and she was getting on trainings and stuff, but she wasn't messaging. Like, she wasn't messaging with intention. And then she started, and like, this goes into my question for you, but tell us a little bit about, like, you know, your journey through it, and then like what changed when you started like seriously messaging like every day.
Yeah. So like when I first joined, like you said, I didn't really have anxiety about messaging, but to me, I always looked at it like, well, I don't want to be bugging people. And then once I changed my mindset on thinking of bugging people and realized that every product we have is meant for somebody, and they won't be interested until they hear about it. So I think I started messaging more in like August. And then once I started messaging more people, I started getting more customers. And then when I started doing my daily tasks and messaging 100 people, I got like the most customers I've ever gotten in a month. So it was kind of crazy. I was like, okay, so, and then a lot of people, like my distributors, get upset. Well, everyone gets upset at first when no one responds. Because I mean, we've all been there. I probably get like 10% responses. So I just started thinking more about, like, even though there's going to be people not interested, there's going to be plenty of people who are interested. So, I mean, I was slacking at first, and then when we did the boom chat, those were amazing. I got the most customers, like I said, when I made sure that I messaged 100 people, because at first when I started messaging people, I was only messaging like 30 people a day. And that itself is not enough, because I would get maybe 2 responses. And then switching up my messages a lot helped. Being creative, making my own. Like, I know we give examples of messages, but when you kind of make your own, it's coming from you, and it's more not like a robot. And it's not like you're sending the same message. And when I message people now, at first when I started doing it, I was not paying attention to if any of our distributors were following them. And then I wasn't interacting with them, like you said earlier. And then when I started, sorry, I'm like stuck.
No, that's what I want. So when you go to sit down to message, like, kind of walk us through the process of like what, like, where you're going, and like how you're like who you're messaging, and like how you're doing it. That's what I want. That's what I want to know.
So I always go to their profile, and I will look at their profile, make sure they're not a distributor, because before I did that, I kept messaging distributors. And then I'll like a couple of their pictures. So that way I can get personal. I can say, oh, I love your kids, or like, your family's so cute, or you're gorgeous. And I find something to say about them, and I like a couple pictures so they know that I went and looked on their profile. I'm not just spamming a bunch of people with messages. And then that gets a lot of more responses, because they know I'm not just, yeah.
Right. They don't feel like they're just somebody on your list to message. They feel like, oh, you really went to my profile and like saw who I am and like decided.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then
and so are you so then you're doing that, and then so are you going just like from your followers? Are you going from your likes, from your story, like, or you just go to your followers?
I switch it up sometimes because I usually go to my followers, and then the tip you gave me the other day when you do A and then go through all your A's, and then you do B and go through all your B's.
So
Before
yeah,
that,
so what she means, guys, is so what I started doing, since I have like thousands of followers now, it's not easy to just like scroll to the bottom and work my way up, is I go to my followers and I'll search the letter A, and I'll message everyone who starts with A, and then tomorrow I'll do B, and then the next day I'll do C. And it's a great way to not only catch the people that have slipped through the cracks in terms of follow-ups, but it's also great to kind of rotate who you're talking to.
yeah.
So you said you got way more customers. You're starting more. I know you're starting more conversations with people. And so this is mostly like Instagram that we're talking about, right? So you're messaging for either customers or distributors.
Mm-hmm. And then host a post on Facebook, and then once in a while I'll message for customers on Facebook, but that's mainly where I do my host a post.
Yeah.
And then I follow up with my host a post for customers or the business.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. So I do want to talk about that for a minute, because I don't think that people posting is like just like messaging in terms of like, it's just like what Kaylee said. Like if you feel like you're like doing host to post and it's like not working for you, then you probably just need to do more. Like it's the exact same with messaging. Like if you feel like, oh, I'm not getting enough responses, like it's not working, then what's going on is that you literally just need to be messaging more people. And so it's the exact same with host to post. Like if you feel like you're not getting customers or leads or whatever from host to post, you just need to be getting up more every day. So the way that everyone should have received this host to post training, it's in the team page and all of that. But my favorite host to post training is just, hey, I have a quick question for you. And then when they respond saying, hey, I don't know if you'd be open to this, but my team's doing a giveaway for a $50 gift card. All you have to do is put up a post for me. It would mean a lot. Are you down to do that? And then they'll either say yes or what is it? We've got a few different posts for you to pick from that you can send to them. If they're super sketched out, I always send them a hair, skin, nails post. That just seems like safe. Otherwise, I usually do a keto coffee post or just like a generic like weight loss challenge post. I try to change it up, and I try to have them not tag me. So if they tag you, comment and then remove the tag, because that's actually going to help with the Facebook algorithm of them like get a bit like getting seen more and getting more comments. And then people are going to comment, you're going to message those, you're going to add those people as friends, and then you're going to message them. So that's growing your Facebook audience and growing your list of potentials and having conversations with people. So it's a really incredible tool. There's a reason that we do host to post giveaways like every single month, because we want this. So I'll comment results normally, Marissa. So if it's like hair, skin, nails, I'll find a bomb hair, skin, nails before and after, and I'll say, thank you, some results, and then I'll comment. If I'm doing a weight loss one, I try to comment my results. Obviously, if you don't have results, that's fine. If you're brand new, go in the post ideas page and find a before and after picture and say, thank you, some results, whatever. But when I'm doing my own, I say, thank you so much. These are my results. That way people can see that. So yeah, any other questions for messaging? I mean, I think we kind of got all of the points that I wanted to get across. Like you have to do it. There's going to be people who will never reach out to you, but you will message them and they'll go, I've been watching your posts. I've been wanting to reach out to you, but I just haven't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always going to be that way. And then leading right into that, and, this also has to do with mindset, is that 99.9% of people will not sign up the first time that you talk to them, right? Like, can I get a nod from all of my leaders? Like, 99.9% of people, look at all these nods, I love y'all, will not sign up the first time that you talk to them, because they need more information, they need more trust, they need more, whatever. And so 7 to 10 follow-ups is kind of that sweet spot. I won't lie, there's some people that I literally have followed up with like 27 times and then they join the team. This is something that I literally learned from Jade Hooper in the first like 3 months of my business, and it sounds a little crazy, but I've always followed it. And it's like, I will follow up with you until you block me join me or die. Like, those are the 3 options. Like, and I know that sounds like crazy. And obviously if somebody genuinely says like, no, thank you, I'm not interested, like, please stop messaging me, that basically is like a block, right? That's basically like them saying like, please don't message me. So, but sometimes I'll still message those people. Like, sometimes I'll still save them in my phone, and like 6 months later, I'll be like, hey, we're having this deal, like blah, blah, blah. And I'll still follow up with them, and maybe they hate me for it, but I'm just doing my job. Because I don't know if any of you have signed up for emails from like Target, Amazon, Groupon. How many freaking emails have you gotten from Groupon this week? Anybody else? Like, so damn it, like literally tens, 20s, 30s. Because that's just like what a good business does. The fortune is in the follow-up. So once again, like I was talking about with your posting, like the people that you're talking to, the people that are watching your posts and you're having conversations with for the first time this week, next week, the week after, even in January and February, like you have to expect it's going to be about a month to 6 months of you talking with them and sending them more information before they're down to just like jump in. Sometimes you will. My enroller had to talk to me for like 2 days and I was like, sign me up. But that's not, it wasn't the first time she talked to me still. I had to ask some questions and she was getting back to me. And you just have to think about it like planting seeds. It comes back to that education and understanding idea, which is just that, you know, you are planting seeds, you are sowing seeds in the garden of your business. And, you know, when a farmer goes out into his fields and he sows all of these seeds and he's watering them and he's fertilizing them and he's watering them and he's fertilizing them, he doesn't know when they're going to break ground. He doesn't know the exact day that they're going to be ready for harvest. But the craziest thing about this business, just like a farm, is that they will bloom. They will harvest. Like, if you're brand new in your first month, in your first couple weeks, you might be like, I haven't seen anything bloom yet. Well, yeah, honey, you've been in for like a month. You've been in for like, even those of you who have been in for 6 months. Like, I've been in this business for over 3 years. Me and Danielle Jimenez both have been in this business for over 3 years. And we can tell you that like the majority of the people who are now on this Zoom didn't even join my business for the first like 2 years. Isn't that crazy? Like, you have to just have that mindset and that longevity of, this is not just something that you're just going to go out and like blast through. This is something that you're going to build and cultivate. And just by being willing to be on this Zoom, or if you're watching the recording, like you are investing. That's the difference. When you go to a job, you're not investing anything. You clock in, they pay you by the hour, you clock out, in 2 weeks you get a paycheck. This business will pay you. You will plant your seeds, you will harvest them, and your paychecks will grow. But it's an investment of time. It's an investment of positivity, of mindset, and it's an investment of relationships with people, right? Can you imagine if I would have just literally been like, Crystal hasn't responded 7 times, F her, like, bye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I believed in her enough to say, I know that she might not be ready right now, but I know that she can do this. And as much as, you know, you might have that little chip on your shoulder about bugging people or being annoying or what have you, I think every single person on this Zoom, every single one of my leaders would tell me, I'm so glad you didn't give up on me. I'm so glad that you kept following up with me. I'm so glad that you kept bugging me. And to this day, they're still glad that I'm still messaging them and being like, hey, where's your charts? Where's your daily tasks? What are we doing? And so it's not, people with the right mindset, people with the right drive, with the right oomph for this business. And that can be anybody. It doesn't matter your personality. It doesn't matter your color personality. Anybody can rock this business. It just comes down to a choice of the kind of person that they're going to be. And that's kind of what I want to wrap this up on. And then we're going to talk about it a little bit next week, because we're going to go over mindset, fear, and positive thinking next week. It's going to be so good and I'm so excited. But kind of what I want to leave you guys with, and I was just talking to Felicia and Kaylee when we were on a little bit earlier, was just this idea of like, when you're sitting on the outside of this business, most people look from the outside, right? And they look in and they think, okay, so there's two kinds of people. There's the kinds of people who are really good at this and they're like really successful. And then there's the kinds of people who are like not very good at this and they're like not successful and they like don't make any money. And what people don't realize is that you get to choose the kind of person that you're gonna be in this business. It's literally just a choice. It's literally just a choice. Anybody can be either kind of person. You can not learn and not work and have a bad mindset and have a bad attitude and quit and quote unquote fail, or you can learn and grow and grow as a person and plug in with the team and watch the trainings and grow your skill set and be successful. Success isn't like a destination. It's a daily action. It's a daily choice. Like, I am not successful because every single day I wake up feeling like rainbows and butterflies. Anybody who knows me personally knows that the past 2 weeks I have been the opposite of rainbows and butterflies every single day when I wake up. But the point being is that I choose to be successful at this business every single day by showing up for my business every day. So I hope that these tips help you guys. I hope that you guys got some really good insight about why posting is so important and why messaging is so important. We are going to talk more about following up in the weeks to come. We're going to talk more about mindset and more about personal development. But that's all I've got for you guys tonight. So let me check the chat just to make sure that I haven't. Yes, Danielle, that quote. You can stay grinding for 4 years and nothing. And then the 5th year is like crazy millionaire explosion, ambassador diamond. Like, and that's what I'm trying to get at. That's like that. Have you guys seen that? There's like this one kind of bamboo and you plant it and then like it doesn't even break ground for like 7 years. And then the 8th year, it grows 50 feet in 1 year. Like, that's me as a plant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will stay grind. Like, there are so many people who are quote unquote so much farther at this business when they get to their 3 years. Like, Jade Hooper was freaking top 10 in 2 years. And here I am 3 years later, like double diamond, whatever. But like, I am determined to make this work for me and to work for my family. So that's why I stay. And I know that the holidays can be a difficult time. I know you guys are probably feeling like your wheels are spinning a little bit, but for those of you who have not been through the boom season, and even those of us who have, I have a feeling about 2019. It is about to pop off. I don't even know. Yes, GoPro is so good. It's like basic network marketing techniques about like reach out, follow up, giving them the information, offering them, like, it's just so good. Eric Worre has been in the network marketing field for like 25 years. He's the bomb. So, all right, guys, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to hop off. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and tune in next week for another amazing Zoom on Thursday. And I will get this recording up as soon as I can. And I love you guys. Bye.